So welcome everyone to our Talk About It Tuesday chat. And so tonight, I am hoping that this is going to be super, super engaging. And because I want to also hear from you guys. I want you to take something away from this that you can apply right now, immediately in your businesses. So I wanted to start with a quote, but first let me just introduce myself. So I'm Rachael Lujbli, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm a senior director with 31, and I just celebrated 5 years last month. And I have been through lots of peaks and valleys in my business, and I told the girls that today I wanted to talk about how we can be resilient in our businesses and deal with cancellations and snowstorms and sick hostesses and sick kids and you name it. We got it, right? You all have that in your business. I don't think that I'm alone in that by any means, shape, or form. So type in the chat box something that has happened to you causing a cancellation, because I want to hear something that you have experienced, whether it be your own sick kids or the snow like we had today, right? How much snow do you guys have where you live? Your kiddo being sick for my in-home lunch. Oh, Laura. All right, she's got us all beat. That's pretty sad. Teresa, snowstorm, death in the family, illness. Yeah, getting real right away. I think we're at 14 inches of snow right now, Teresa. Just flurries, Carrie. Ugh, come on. I walked out my door today. I got my kids all dressed in their snow pants, and we've got like this much snow up against the door. I'm like, I think we have more snow today than we have all winter in one shot. So yeah, snow, illness, everything, run the gambit. So how can we obviously can't prevent those things from happening, right? We can't, we just can't determine that at all, but we can be prepared. So let me start us off with a quote. Resilient people immediately look at the problem and say, what's the solution to that? What is this trying to teach me? And I really think that if you can always kind of have that mindset in your business, what is the solution to that, then you are going to find a solution. Because whether it's rescheduling her or doing a Facebook event or whatnot, there is some way where you don't lose her forever and say, oh well, Because how many of us have said that before? I know that I have early in my business. I would say that, or if I'm having a really bad day, sometimes that happens. So instead of saying, oh, well, I just lost that personal volume, I guess better luck next time. People get sick and we can't do anything about it. Instead of doing that, plan ahead. So I printed out my hostess coaching checklist. We all are familiar with that, and I highlighted a few things that I want to talk about that I think are really important during hostess coaching. And hostess coaching, like Jen showed us last time, is very, very, 2 times ago. If you haven't listened, you definitely want to go listen to the recording, is extremely important. Like number one is mindset and then hostess coaching, because she is your team in your business. She is not only going to help you generate sales, she could be your next team member. So we want to really make sure that she's on board. So first, obviously, what does success look like for her? That's right here under the first connection. If you guys don't have this printed out, if you haven't seen this before, I admit it, I don't always print it out for every single party. I'm not going to lie. But if you actually read through this, it has some very, very, very good points. What does success look like for her? If you find out her why for having that party immediately, you're going to have her invest that time back into you and what she wants out of it too. You're not going to have to worry so much about these cancellations when she's got a strong why. Number two, and I'm skipping over some stuff. I'm not going to read through this whole thing. I'm sure there's a training, a 31-minute call on this. But her wish list and her guest list, you're going to get those things. So when you're finding out who her guests are and what they want, now you're finding out their why a little bit. And then reminders, reminding the guests, getting outside orders, and asking her to watch what you do. So during that, you're also going to tell her your backup plan. I do this for every single party. I literally don't allow a cancellation. And I know that sounds really, really, really weird, but I'm not kidding. So I set up a Facebook event for every single party. Do you guys all do that? Comment, tell me in the chat box. Say me, 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 And admit it if you don't, because that's okay too. Not everybody's tech savvy. Yay, me, yes. Guys, there's like 12 of you on here. I'm getting better at it. Okay, so if you don't do that for every single one. And I mean, obviously, if she doesn't have Facebook, you're not going to have a Facebook event. But I guarantee you, the party that you booked from her party, her sister, her mom, her cousin, somebody did. And I set up a Facebook event even for them because I invite the people that I met at the last party, and they invite their friends as a reminder. You know, like we put a calendar in our phone, right? We put a note in our phone to give us a little ding an hour beforehand so that we know to hop on this call tonight. Or, you know exactly what I mean. You're scheduling it in. So get that Facebook event set up. And what that does is when you get her to say, you know, when she says, I'm sick, I have the flu, I woke up, my kids, whatever, blah, 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 whatever that excuse is, you can say, listen, don't even worry about it. We've got the Facebook event set up. We already know that Susie and Jackie and your sister and your grandma and your cousin, they all are excited to come. It's okay if you have the flu. It's okay if your kids are sick today. It's okay that there's a snowstorm. We're just going to party in our PJs. And you're just going to tell them that like it's no big thing. That is your job. That's what you do. Hey, my job's to get you free stuff. You know, my job, I'm a partner in this with you. I'm going to get you some free stuff. And she's going to say, oh, great. That's perfect. Hi. Andrew, you got a sleepover going on? Hi. So tell me in the chat box, have you ever done that? Have you ever had a backup plan? Have you ever gone ahead and told her, oh, no big deal? No typage going on? All right, so here's your challenge then. In your hostess coaching, in your list, you're gonna tell her this ahead of time. Not only are you gonna tell her what time you're gonna come, when you're gonna set up, what you want her to help you with at the party, and when you're gonna leave, because you're setting your hours, you're also gonna tell her your backup plan. So if we have a Facebook party set up, listen, I know that weather happens, this and that happens. Some things are out of our control. If you know 3 weeks ahead of time that you need to cancel the party, please let me know, because this is my business and it gives me enough time to reschedule, and I respect your time and what you need and want from me. But if it's an emergency type thing, we're gonna party in our PJs. It's no big deal. Yes, I know where I'm just trying to read here. So tell me what questions you have. Tell me what disastrous scenarios you've had in your business, because we've all got them. And let's problem solve a little bit. What questions do you have about that process? It's pretty simple, right? And that goes for any kind of a party. Why would your hostess cancel if it's a Facebook party or a catalog party? There's no reason to cancel for those as long as you've done your hostess coaching, right? As long as she has people showing up and interacting. And for a home party, you're going to just say, no big deal. We already have it set up, and we already talked about the backup plan, so we're just going to do that. Rhonda, I had one try to cancel because only her sister was going to come. I asked if I could come anyway, and ended up being $300 plus, and we found solutions in her home. So yeah, that's not necessarily a reason to cancel if she just has her sister coming along. I've done the same thing. I've done hostess and sister, and it was a $500 coffee chat, guys. Coffee and catalogs, and it was the best party, easiest party I ever did in my whole life. That happens. Teresa, my biggest struggle right now is booking home parties instead of Facebook parties. I need to be eyeball to eyeball with people. Yep, eyeball to eyeball, belly to belly, heart to heart, whatever you call it. I get you. I feel you there. Assuming the home party is helpful for me in booking home parties. When I just tell them, hey, let's book a party, I'm assuming that it's a home party. I say, what date and time do you want me to be there? Even if I'm having a Facebook party, as long as I know that they're local, that's how I approach it, which helps a lot. Me too, Diane, yep. Who else likes to do home parties? How do you guys party normally? You partying on Facebook, catalog party, party on the go? Are you partying in restaurants? They asked for the Facebook, and I'm working on talking them into home parties. This girl's mainly home parties. Me too, Carrie. Who watched the 31-minute call last night? Anybody? Carrie, but I'm learning and working some from Facebook too. I did. Teresa, she has a lot of parties on the go at the coffee shop. Amy, mostly home parties. One at a firehouse next week, Amy. Yay. Hopefully you have 25 people there. So with the parties on the go too, this is the exact same thing. And you're doing the party on the go as a great way not to get those cancellations too. There's no reason for her not to clean your house. That's also a good backup plan for a home party, because if she's canceling because the in-laws came into town the whole weekend and she didn't have any time to clean her house or go shopping or do anything, say, oh, don't worry, we're going to go to the restaurant next door then, or we'll go to Panera, or where do you want to go? What's your favorite restaurant? We'll go have a girls' night and pamper you because you obviously need it. You know, that's a good backup plan too if you still want to have a home party and that's the excuse that you're hearing. Lisa does a Facebook event with every party so that it leads up to the excitement. Yes. And having the Facebook event leading up to the party too also helps you get so many orders. So today, let's talk about, so we talked about the parties a little bit, and I haven't heard any disastrous scenarios, so you guys are all professionals and not getting any cancellations because of illness and sickness. Woohoo! That's awesome. So let's chat about what happens when you have a plan and you're got your office hours all set up, you got your power hour, you got all your to-do lists and great things to do, and your kids get sick, or you have a snow day. I'm not talking about parties right now. I'm talking about you've got stuff to do, you've got a plan, and something comes crashing down in your life. What then? So today, for example, we had 2 feet of snow. Most of us, not Carrie Shoemaker, of course, she had flurries. Flurries! Anyone else have flurries so I can pick on you too? I think most of us on here had 2 feet of snow. I don't know who the 772 area code is. Maybe she had, oh, Lisa had flurries in Cincinnati. All right, so when you guys have your tornado warnings, all right, so what do you do then? So today, I took advantage of the fact that there's a snowstorm and I did a snowed in sale on my customer group and in my current home parties because they all have Facebook events set up. So I actually got like $500 in outside orders today, not on my own, but because I posted like 5 times in my Facebook events today instead of, you know, 5 times throughout the entire duration leading up to the party. So take advantage of those times that you know that people are home. So we've got 2 feet of snow right now, and my to-do list was way different for today. But when you are flexible, I'm going to read you another quote. I don't measure a man's success by how high he climbs, but how high he bounces when he hits the bottom. So this morning when we had a snow day, and my to-do list went literally like this out the window. Guys, my children are not easy, even though they're 6 and 8 years old. It just doesn't happen. Then I said, you know what? Okay, we're going to adjust. We're going to post in the Facebook events. I'm going to call, message my team members, those of them that I think are home, and we're going to make some action plans, and we're going to take advantage of this. Amy sharing the fashion games being on sale today got me a $150 order. Yay, great job. I shared that in my customer groups too. I got a lot of interaction, but nobody bit the bullet on the $59.99 purse that's normally $98, but that is a great one to share. So also sharing those things too. The fact that we have some items on online extras, if you guys noticed, that are deeply discounted. So the Paris and the fashion games and the pockets that button into our purses, and I'm trying to think of what else, the street style, those are all discounted. So by taking advantage of changes that happen in your business, you're being flexible, and it's actually going to work in your advantage. When we hear that we have outlet sales right away like that, we have to kind of be on the fly a little bit too with that and change it up and change our mode. So tell me, guys, in the comments, what is a challenge that you face in your business that you have had a hard time being flexible about, and we can work through that together. I know you didn't expect to be put on the spot tonight. Sorry about that. Diane, I'm glad you were on tonight. Now you know that some of the online extras were on sale. Did anybody else realize that? Did you guys see? Amy didn't see? I can't see all of your heads. So you guys got to comment for me. I can't look at you all at once. So not until you posted the fashion games. Oh, because you stalked me. Thank you. I feel so honored. All right, so tell me, guys, really, I know that you have stuff that happens in your business. Let's problem solve tonight, and let's give you some tangible things that you can walk away with, ways that you can help your businesses. I'll post that in my VIP group tonight. Carrie, Andrea, Jen, what's a challenge that you guys have had in your businesses and how you were flexible?
While everybody's kind of thinking of some of their things that they want to, ask us tonight, I wanted to chime in and say, just because you have a party canceled, like sometimes you can't make it into a Facebook party. Sometimes things just happen and the party goes blank on your calendar. I always challenge everyone, and this is something I started a couple years ago. If I take my calendar and I put those pink dates, I circle them in pink, and if I don't have a party and something happens and it cancels that night, even if I didn't get it booked, my backup plan is I spend that time that I would have been at the party making booking calls and contacts so that I can still book parties that night to kind of fuel my business. So if you're always kind of thinking, even though something might not have worked out the way you planned it, if you're always working your business during that time slot, you'll be amazed at like what will happen just through that 2-hour time frame that you work your business.
Yeah, I agree. And knowing what you have to do on your to-do list is very helpful in doing that too. If you use that as energy, as fuel in your business, that cancellation, then you will get it done. It's amazing what you can do in 15 minutes or an hour or 2 hours if you have that dedicated time. I mean, you can think of that as a blessing in disguise because we don't always have 2-hour chunks. And when you have a party cancellation, treat it as a 2-hour chunk of work and make it happen. How do we make April as exciting as March? Double credit coming off great monthly specials. Oh, joy. We're going to have fun with April. April is just as exciting as March because we've got the summer gift guide. Yes, Teresa. And we have flip-flops. Woohoo! They're so cute. And people are going on vacations. They're starting to think of graduation gifts. So March is winter. I mean, maybe not for Carrie Schumacher where it's flurrying, but March is winter and April is spring and summer is coming. So you are going to get, yes, and Starfish embroidery, Lori, it's so exciting. I love that they're giving us all these cool gifts. So you've got Starfish embroidery, you've got flip-flop products, you've got a couple of products that are coming back that were wicked, wicked popular before. I don't have a summer style right in front of me, but the one that is mesh on the bottom, what's the name of that one? It has 2 handles, the caddy that has mesh on the bottom. That's great for sand toys and bath toys and stuff. That was super, super popular before. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't think of it either, Rachel, but also surrounding April. If you haven't registered for Better Together, you may be getting to that later, but we're going to have some really exciting announcements at your Better Together meeting, so make sure you register for one wherever you're at. Home office kind of gave us some glimpses this morning on our leadership chat that they do with us, so make sure you register for that meeting because the registration closes tomorrow, but there's going to be even more excitement for April as well, so don't miss out on registering for the meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and if I know we have a few new people on, so to register, just go to 31today.com, click on Scoop, click on Better Together, and then you can search in your state. If you're on vacation that week in April, search where you're going on vacation, or you can search by your person who's local to you, your enroller's ID number, if you have that too. And don't miss it because, like Carrie said, it's going to be huge. I don't even know what it is, but they have been knocking our socks off. We didn't know about the double hostess credit before it happened, and they're always here to help us succeed as much as possible. And I'm hosting one, and I know how exciting it is to share with all of you guys. So
I saw someone, like their regular Better Together, they couldn't get registered for because of the vendor event, but we have them stretched out just over a week. So even if you can't go to your regular one, there might be one close to you. So just search your state, or if you're in a tri-state area, search that too, because there might be other dates that work out that maybe aren't your regular one that you attend too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And April, honestly, too, I got to say just really quick, I don't share the specials when I'm booking parties. I open up my calendar and I show them the dates that I have available, and I don't even share what the April special is, what the May special is, what the June special is. I don't talk about that. I tell them, now listen, I'm going to have some really exciting things coming up for you a couple weeks before your party. So we're going to be BFFs. We're going to chat before your party. Don't worry, you're going to get the entire scoop. But here's your hostess packet, and ooh, yay, summer fun caddy is what it was named, Teresa. Thank you. But they're gonna get the scoop before their party, so not to worry about it right now, because what they're booking is the fun and the free stuff. And every month is just as amazing as every other month. And I don't know about you, but people haven't been booking in March, the people that I think are gonna book, because they have busy lives. People book when it's best for them. So if you focus on that, if you focus on what is best for them and book in their schedule, then April is going to be just as amazing as March. So, okay, next up for backup plans. Let's chat about some of these fun out-of-the-box ideas. Like if you're, so in March, if you're, okay, tomorrow's the 15th, right? So tomorrow's the deadline for getting paid on the 25th. And the end of March is the deadline for getting paid on April 10th. If you're wanting to do a party right now to get paid on the 25th, that's not out of the question. And vice versa for the end of March for the second half to get paid on the 10th. If you have nothing coming up, you're in not plan A, not plan B, not plan C, but you're in D through Z, okay? And some of those ideas involve a shamrock shuffle. Guys, St. Patrick's Day is Friday. That's a lot of fun if you make it fun. So a shamrock shuffle is basically a big old party, and everyone who participates and shops and gets their friends to shop too is going to split the hostess rewards. And that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You don't even need a fancy graphic. You can literally find a picture of a shamrock on Facebook and crop it. Someone asked me, oh my gosh, Rachel, where do you find your graphics? No joke. Google, crop, send. That's it. Find a cute picture of a shamrock, post it on your page, say, I'm going to do a shamrock shuffle. There's going to be some giveaways. Who wants more information? And that's it. Or send it to people, like 5 or 6 people that you think might be interested in. They have one link. Everyone shops on that link, and you give away the hostess rewards. That's it. And obviously do a Facebook event, because now you know you have to have a Facebook event for every single party that you enter. We have Easter coming up. If you want a backup plan for April because you're nervous about how your April is looking, do a bunny hop. And when you're planning ahead, you can be a little bit more organized. You can steal someone else's graphic that already thought ahead for a bunny hop, and you can give out packets instead of just giving them an online link, and you'll have more success if you give them even a product to borrow for a couple weeks leading up to Easter, and do a fun bunny hop and let people collect orders, let them sample your products, and let them have fun and share with their friends. You might even get a recruit out of that, because that is something that you're doing to entice independence in your customers. They have to do those all on their own. You're not doing anything. Teresa said that she found that Facebook events work well with fundraisers as well. I get way more interaction. You really do. When you can engage with the people with fundraisers, you do get better interaction. Fundraisers are a good backup plan. If you aim to have a fundraiser once a month, I was sharing with the girls, I try to have 2 a month, 2 causes a month, not necessarily a full-blown fundraiser. But if you do that, you're consistently getting your name out in the community all the time. And people know you as the bad girl, and you're branding yourself in the community. And that's a great backup plan, because that means you're going to get referrals. And they might not be tomorrow or next month or next year, but somebody's hanging on to your information because you gave back to their cause. And that is a backup plan that you are planting seeds for way in advance. So what other fun, different ideas, like a bunny hop and a shamrock shuffle and fundraisers, can you think of as a backup plan? So I can name off 50 more. but I know that you guys have some creativity, and I want you to do some talking. What do you guys think? Hostess of the Month Club. Oh, who said that? Rhonda, did you say that? Have your own theme party. Rhonda, she's laughing. Theme parties are a great idea, Lori, too. It's so much fun. Teresa, Hostess of the Month is awesome. Laura, oh, did I strike a nerve? Everybody's like all excited about Hostess of the Month Club now. Who's done a Hostess of the Month Club before or has one right now? Lori? Oh, cookies and catalogs. Yes, Carrie. Cookies and catalogs are great too. Teresa, great. Her Hostess of the Month Club has moved her from 1K to 2K. Teresa, do you want to unmute yourself and in 2 to 3 minutes explain a Hostess of the Month Club and how you had that success? Because those are a consistent backup plan. That's not just a plan B. That's I'm planning ahead because I know that I need that consistency in my business, which is very, very smart.
I will try. I've been doing a Hostess of the Month Club. This is my 3rd round, so I've been a little over a year doing it. So I have 6 girls that all agreed to spend $35 a month for 6 months. I do it for the whole catalog season. And then they randomly get chosen a month to be the hostess. So they're starting their party at $200. So what I do then is when I talk to them, like I'm doing my Hostess of the Month party this Saturday. So my hostesses get the opportunity then to do a home or a Facebook party on top of their Hostess of the Month earnings. So it's kind of nice talking to them and saying, hey, listen, you've already got a $200 party. It's not that hard now to move to a $600, an $800, or a $1,200 party from here. How do you want to do it? You know, I can always say, you know, home parties are always, you know, the most fun because we get to sit eyeball to eyeball. I like that saying. Makes everybody laugh. And consistently, I would say 4 out of 6 of my hostesses always do a home party. The other 2 end up doing a Facebook party or on-the-go party. I don't think I've only got one that I've done a Facebook party with, and that's only because she's in South Carolina and I'm in Maine. And their parties are consistently $600, $800, $900. So, you know, and they're thrilled, and they're on my VIP group talking about their awesome parties. I kind of spoil them. I don't do anything early on in the catalog season, but towards the end, I do a big party, usually right about the time I get the new catalogs and the new product. And I do a big party. I give them each like a little gift basket with stuff in it. And they also get to walk away and do test product. They product test for me. So they're actually using the products before I am. And then they're going on my VIP group and essentially selling for me. So this last round, the girl who did the everyday wristlet, or not everyday, whatever the new wristlet's called, I don't know. She actually sold 4 of them on my VIP group, like the 20th of January. Like I had an order for 4 of them before I could even sell them. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
So that's what I do.
It helps when someone else is sharing too.
Yeah, I work really hard at that. I really have and Hostess of the Month girls tend to be a special relationship, I guess you could say. I have a separate group for them. We've done stuff like done a book club together where we've read a book together. There's a lot more going on than just partying every month. I really make it like a super elite group so people are fighting to get in.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah. And I only do one because I don't think I could ever possibly try and keep track of 2 or 3 of them. So, because I make it so elite.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that. I've done a Hostess of the Month Club 2 or 3 times, and it really does help too to have something like that party to launch it. Like what you were saying, you have this special day and they come and they take a product and they test it, but you talk to them and you get to know them, and it's something elite, like you said. My very first one launched right from my Christmas in July party. My birthday's in July, so one year I had a Christmas in July party. I'm like, you know what? Don't even shop. Come. This is a hostess pickup party. We're going to talk about the new products. You're going to get to touch and feel and bring your kids. We're going to have a barbecue. And their guard was down. And they shopped and they booked and they joined my Hostess of the Month Club. And it was fun. When you are passionate and you're having fun, that's when you're going to get those club members. I have a couple groups of people right now. When I told them about the Hostess of the Month Club, they were like, oh, but what if my family wants to just book every single month for 6 months? Sure, you guys can do that. You'll be your own Hostess of the Month Club. And I gave them their own group and everything. They picked their name. And I have two groups of people that do that. And it's great. It's so much fun. Cookies and catalogs was mentioned, muffins and mimosas. So cookies and catalogs, or some people call it a few other different names. You would basically take catalogs, literally, and cookies, literally, and you would go to a workplace, someone that is referred by you, don't just do a random drop-off, and you would go ahead and go into their workplace and say, here's a gift for you. And you would give them catalogs too, and probably some door prize slips, and you would get them to basically do a catalog party. And every order that's placed and every name, every referral, they're going to get a prize at the end. You guys can do it. You can do a drawing, or you can use it as a product sampling. You can make it anything that you want to make it. That's a lot of fun too. And then you're really putting on those pink gloves and you're giving pink glove service on how you're different. So the point in sharing all of those fun different things, and including like a coloring party and a turkey trot and cinch sack sponsorships and all these other ideas, is to make you think outside of the box a little bit. Because if your parties are not where you want them to be every month, if you're getting cancellations, if you're having life happen in your own life, think ahead. So we've got April, the summer style guide. May, we've got graduations. June, we've got weddings. July, we've got vacations. August, we've got school starting again. We can think of a million excuses why it's okay for people to cancel. But if you plan ahead, and if you put a Hostess of the Month Club for 6 months, and then you add in, maybe I'll do a fundraiser 1 month. Maybe I'll do a sip and scribble coloring party another month. Maybe I'll do you see what I'm doing there? When you're putting in buffers, you're putting in a built-in backup plan in your business so that when you get those cancellations, and hopefully once you start printing out the list that I threw behind me earlier and doing your hostess coaching like verbatim and actually doing it, go listen to Jen's recording from 2 weeks ago because it was really, really good. And you're going to get less cancellations anyway. And once you start getting out there and having fun and being really, really firm with your why, then you are going to have those backup plans. They're kind of just going to fizzle away a little bit, and you can be more organic and be more you and have fun. And people are going to ask you to join your team, and they're going to ask you to book a party, and because you're having fun. All right, so let's see. Questions. Any questions you guys want for any of us? I'm going to open it up. Teresa does a donation to a local psychiatric hospital pediatric ward for Easter. The community has gotten really behind it. Not only do they sponsor the O-Snap bins, but they are also dropping off books, puzzles, and toys for the ward. And that just makes you feel amazing too, Teresa, I'm sure. Rhonda donated chemo comfort bags, a whole ton of them, to our local hospital. And she needed one because one of hers ripped or something. And I got to be part of her giving these like 35 or whatever totes to the hospital. And like, it brings tears to your eyes to see these people receive these products. It's amazing. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal experience. Your Girl Scout troop is helping me with chemo care bags. It's a good idea getting your Girl Scout troop involved too, and are making blankets for the bags. Great. They're probably getting like 500 badges by doing that. That's great. So not only are you helping the Girl Scout troop, but you're giving back. They're earning their sewing badge. My daughter is 6 years old and I'm not ready for that sewing badge. I can wait. It's painful. Yes, I can see. I had to flash forward for a minute there. Like, oh my gosh, sewing badge, that one's coming up. All right, questions, guys. I hope I gave you a little bit more confidence tonight. I was hoping for a little bit of sprinkling of confidence because it can be tricky.
Rachel,
I understand.
can you hear me?
Yeah?
Okay, I just wanted to give a tip about, I saw Amy in the comments say that she has tried Hostess of the Month Club I think she said 4 times and had no success in getting people. Well, I have been there and I was recently, but one thing I changed and I wanted to specify is, how you're asking those ladies, like if you're just posting it on your Facebook VIP group, just, every day or every other, not everybody's seeing it. And that's kind of a large broadcast, or if you're emailing in your back office, I mean, that's all fine. But to really private message, some ladies, asking them, I thought of you. It's, I'm starting this group and I know how much you love to order and you're really not into partying. I think of the ladies that I've asked to host and they don't want to host, but they'll come and spend at every launch party I have. Or, even ladies at parties. I think of those ladies that have said they don't want to host, but they'll attend the parties and purchase things. And then from my event leads, new ladies that will say they want to that I didn't really know. So don't give up when you ask like 5 times and within a week, because people aren't always checking these messages or checking their email or, So private message, just asking how they're doing and you've been thinking about them, and maybe you know someone that likes the starfish icon, or that you think it's really into the starfish large utility tote. I don't know if you looked on TOT, but that picture of the pillow is so cute. Private message that to someone that you think, and before you ask them, give them a reason to want to participate. I just recently did a nurse teacher challenge where I'm doing it like it's active now, but my goal was to have 2 groups of 5 each. Well, I didn't get there. I had 2, and I thought, I'm not stopping at this. I just kept private messaging every nurse and teacher that I knew, and from posting in my VIP. I do have a total 4, but I have that now, and they're so excited. And it is on Facebook, but I mailed hostess packets as well so they can get outside. So I'm encouraging them, hostess coaching from the Jennifer's training that we did not long ago, on getting those orders beforehand. So don't give up, on those hostess of the month, because even if you get 5, you don't have that 6th person, you're going to get an order. That I usually get a few orders every month that someone messages me, because you don't want to turn down $35 from 5 people every month for 6 months because of an opening. So just some tips and food for thought.
I think that's awesome. I love your suggestion too of finding something like the starfish pillow and sending that to them.
Or like Carrie did, that bag with was it an M? Not that bag. We have lots of bags. The straw tote with the M.
Yeah, when she told us to find something with their initial on it and send it to them.
Yeah, and said, I thought of you. Look how cute this is. I can see you carrying this. Yeah. And then they can see that. They visualize it, and then you discuss with them about, whatever opening you have, or about hosting, or, sorry.
It's okay. That's life that we're talking about, right?
That's one thing that I just decided it is. We'll come from all avenues, and we're not all of us are moms, but there's another one. They're coming out of, that's Andrea coming out. But, just keep an open mind and don't stop after you've, asked or messaged. But don't just do a broadcast, like a large broadcast, how they said on our Leadership Live. It's you narrowcast and make it more personable. Talk with them, make a conversation like early that week, or just go back and forth. Don't just bam, come out and ask them, unless it's someone that you work with or saw at a party a month ago or something.
Right. So Joy asked suggestions on new areas to reach new contacts. So brand new contacts. So that Andrea mentioned quite a bit of that last week. So networking, changing your seat at sporting events, going to fundraisers, supporting fundraisers, volunteering in your kids' schools. I know she didn't say all of those, but these are some that are spewing out of my mouth right now. But going to meetup.com and finding a group that is interesting to you and visiting them, being a visitor. You can visit BNI's, Business Networking International. You can go to bni.com and see one near you. You really need to think if that's worth it for you to join. It's like $600 a year, but you can visit 3 times for free. Lots of different things like that you can explore in your business and meet brand new people. And I do those all the time. I think that's why my business is so consistent, because at least once a week I have a networking group that I meet with. Someone mentioned their hostess with the mostest competition in their VIP group. Teresa mentioned that. I think that's really important. I've actually started adding my hostesses to a group based on the year that they had a party. So I'm doing a new hostess group every year. Last year, it was because I started it in about October, because they told us that a perk for the outlet sale was that they had to host a party that year. So I added them to this group, and guys, they generated probably $1,000 in sales for me. And that was huge, way bigger than I ever thought I would have, because I pampered them and I treated them like royalty, like what Teresa was talking about in her Hostess of the Month Club. If you treat them amazing, it's going to come back to you in friendships, in PV, in recruits. Diane, mom is on a fixed budget, and she said last week she wants to speak. Hang on. Oh, good. Yay. Diane's going to start a Hostess of the Month Club, and we inspired her. Yay. Amy, what I do in that group is I really treat them kind of like my team. I give them extra perks. I tell them information when I know it. My daughter goes live for them. She doesn't do that in most of my things because my husband's very protective of my kids being on Facebook. But with my hostesses, she goes live. She shows them new stuff. They saw the add-on kit before anybody else. They're really, really, really pampered in my hostess group. So what other questions do you guys have? Questions, comments? I want to be respectful of your time. I know that it's 9:15 just about, but if you have something.
I know someone was asking about the new contacts just this past weekend, just 2 ideas, like vendor events. I know we talk about them all the time. Like my last recruit came from a vendor event, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I mean, just say yes if you don't have something booked during that time. And then someone else had asked me to donate something for an auction. So yes, I could put together something and just donate it, but I found out what time they were putting all these baskets together, and I actually went and volunteered for 2 hours and met some of these women and built some relationships with these ladies, and ended up booking another fundraiser while I was there and getting someone to sponsor one of our Girls on the Run totes that we're doing for this month. So it's really about just putting yourself in places that our target audience is, and sometimes that's volunteering at groups or just helping out with things that maybe your church is doing or your kid's school, for example. I mean, really just putting yourself in places that our target audience is will expand your circle more than you realize if you go into it intentionally. If you go into it thinking, looking for her, looking for your next hostess, looking for someone who could use a girls' night out, and building some friendships.
Mm-hmm. Teresa said you can create your own vendor event as well if you can, and network with other direct sales girls and find a place that you can have a local business event. Absolutely. Yep. The first few times that I did a vendor event, it was one I created. That's actually how I met Rhonda, who's on the chat tonight. She is I can't even think. She helps manage the groups at one of the hotels, and I booked my own vendor event there. And so putting yourself where you're going to meet people, right, Rhonda? She's not paying attention. She's got a couple grandkids that are probably taking her time. You do that about 3 to 4 times a year. Yeah. And also being open for business out and about. I had every day these last few days that I went out of the house, I got someone's email. And it was because I was carrying my 31. And they said, oh, cute bags. And I said, oh, which ones do you have? I always assume that they have 31 and they know what it is because it's so great, right? Why wouldn't everybody love it and have it? So I say, oh, which ones do you have? Well, what do you mean? Oh, well, they're 31. Well, what's 31? And I tell them, oh, don't worry, just write your name on the back of my receipt and your email, and I'll send you an email. I'm a 31 consultant. I sell these, actually. And they're always like, oh, cool, that's so great. And most of the time, they actually write their name on the back of the receipt. Oh, Millie, earlier on I said, okay, I don't know who else has flurries, but probably that 772 area code. And it's Millie, and she's in Florida, and she doesn't even have flurries. I guarantee it. Millie, you're killing me. And like, probably we're going to have 3 feet of snow when I wake up tomorrow. We already have a 2-hour delay. Diane went to pick out paint at Lowe's on Saturday night, and the girl that was waiting on me absolutely loved my little dreamer purse. I don't even have one yet. I want one. And my wallet. And I also was using the brushstrokes pattern as my tool to help me pick out my paint. Cute. And I had a mini catalog with me, so I gave that to her. But the mistake I made was not getting her name and number. You know, we do tend to make that mistake a lot until we realize, all right, come on, are they going to call me? It's like a date. We're like waiting for like the guy who we just had a date with. I've been married for 10 years now, so I don't have this happen, but just to be relatable. It's like we're waiting for them to just call us, right? Is she going to call us? When's she going to call me? Is she going to place that order for my Fresh Market Thermal and my large utility tote and my essential storage tote that she complimented? Probably not, because she was just being nice. Or she lost our mini catalog, or she lost our business card. So if you can just say, you know what, blame it on yourself if she kind of gives you a little bit of, friction. So you know what, I forget everything. And I know for me, I would probably lose that. Can I just take your information and I'll send you a quick email? And that works for me every single time, as long as she has good intentions. If she doesn't, then she's not going to call you no matter what. All right. If we have anything else pressing, you guys can comment. Otherwise, I think you've heard me talk long enough. So please register for Better Together. 31 has been doing an amazing job and really making the leaders that run these events super inspired. I know that I feel like my cup is filled so full every single time, and I just love hosting these meetings, and I love seeing all the people that come, and I especially love it when they're not on my team, because I get to reach someone new and exciting, and it's so much fun. So go to 31stay.com, click on Scoop, click on Better Together, and register for one. And listen, if you're not sure if you can make it, if you're not sure what your schedule is, register anyways, because maybe you can. It doesn't matter if you register and don't go. It doesn't. But register, because that way they know and they're expecting you, and you'll get a reminder most cases at least too. All right. Thank you guys so much. So be flexible. Go out there, try new things, have a backup plan, and that way you don't get disappointed, you know? I hate it when I get cancellations, but if I have a backup plan, then I'm like, oh, yay. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise when I get a cancellation now, because I'm like, oh, now I can focus on that turkey trot, or now I can focus on that fun Shamrock Shuffle, or, something like that. Treat it like a business, and you'll get business results. All right, ladies, thank you so much. Have an awesome, awesome night, and I'll see you next week, 8:30. Mark your calendars. Have an awesome night.
Thanks, Rachel. We love you.
Love you too. Bye, guys.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.